Hello, hello. I'll see if YouTube will send out the notification to everyone. I hope you guys are doing well today. So when you do come in, say hello. Tell me where you're from, and I'll get to talking about what I titled the name of this video. Let me just open up one thing while we wait here. Let's see this one thing real quick. Okay. Okay. Oh, where did that go? Okay, here's the live. Oh, hey, Nika. How are you, dear? Hey, Diane. Hi, Sharika. I made it. Hello, hello. How's everyone doing today? I hope everyone's doing well. I'm just letting a few more people come in. Nika said, I'm good. How are you feeling? I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I'm a little tired today. I feel like the weather is a little bit gray, but I have like a lot of things obviously I'm trying to do and accomplish today. I'm also I want to get to painting a little bit. So the apartment that I'm in now, the trim of the house or all the doors and everything is beige, and I really hate it. I think you can see it like here. So I really want to paint it white. And so I have now went out to get paint, and I'm like, I'm going to do that today. We'll see if I finish. But some of the major stuff I'm like definitely wanna, like my front door, the bedroom post, all that other stuff I want to do at some point today. But I'm doing good. I'm a little tired, but I'm good. Oh, you're ahead of the game cooking dinner. Oh, nice, nice. I wish I was ahead of the game. I warmed up some pizza from yesterday. So Moon Radiate says, good morning from Cali. Oh, is it warm in Cali right now? Because I feel like it's really cold here right now, and I'm itching for some warm weather. All right, so I titled the video Help Me Decide. Okay. So y'all know that the challenge, I guess the challenge technically ends in 2 weeks, right? But I'm a week ahead of you guys. And so the challenge would for me end this like one coming up week. And on the calendar this week, we're supposed to be doing like a clay detox along with the scalp care tea. Now, obviously, I still have my braids locks in. So I was thinking of just doing the tea for this week, and then next week at the end, which y'all will be ending too, doing the clay detox. But I know I'm like breaking up the calendar. So I'm just like, should I do it like that? Because I know I'm not ready to take out my locks and do no clay detox. So I'm at least going to leave them in for at least another week. So I'm thinking of just pushing it like that. Or I can give you guys an option like, and I may still do this, put it in the video, like have the option for you guys to do the clay and give you a recipe from a previous video. So that's what I think I'm airing for Tip Tuesday. Anika said do the skip. Yeah. Cause I'm like, I'm not ready to let go of these locks, y'all. I don't know why I always tend to put in a long-term protective style right before the end of the challenge. And then it's like, yeah, I don't want to take them out just yet. Cause I feel like I got a couple more weeks of wear left in them. And I do like as they get older, they get a little bit to me more realistic, a little bit more raggedy. So yeah. Moon Radiant say it's 60 degrees out here, which can be cold for us. Oh, I would take 60 any day. Okay. Rissy says, oh, she says, hey y'all, hey girl. She said clay recipes. Yeah. Oh, so you're new to my channel. Okay, so every like at the beginning of the challenge, we do a clay detox, right? So you kind of detox your scalp, your hair, all of that. We use like bentonite clay, rasol clay, kaolin clay. There's a bunch of clays you can use: green clay, red clay. They're like a gentle, I would say like a gentle cleanser, and they remove like dirt, oils, and all that buildup, which is great to do at the end of a protector style challenge because some people for the entire challenge have had braids or twists, some type of style where, they don't necessarily wash their hair as frequently. So they have a lot of buildup. So clay detox is great for, again, detoxing your hair and all that. So again, this week would be the end for me, but obviously I am not taking out my locks. So I'm thinking I might give you guys the option, like I'll maybe include a recipe for you guys if you're ending on this week, but then doing the full detox maybe next week or even the following week. Because we'll see how I feel about taking out my hair. If you watched my video for last week, Tip Tuesday, and I talked about protective styles and like how a lot of times people who have protective styles or wear protective styles long term, a lot of times their hair doesn't grow. So I kind of go over some of the common issues that cause your hair to not, I don't say not grow, but not retain length in a protective style. And one of the things I talked about in there was basically like putting in styles and then taking them out too quickly, like leaving them in too long or leaving them too quickly. And for me, I feel like if I were to take it out this week, it'd be way too quick, right? Now, I didn't do a lot of manipulation to put my hair in these locks, as in like I didn't blow out my hair. I literally just put my hair into large twists. And then from those twists, I parted my hair. I didn't blow it out. I didn't pre-stretch it like a lot of people do. I'm actually not really a fan of that. I've done it once before when I was having like the what do you call them, braids without the knot. But usually I don't blow out my hair for braids. And I know that's a little taboo. I don't blow out my hair for twists. I don't blow out my hair for locks. I usually just do it on stretched dry hair. Um, all right, let's see here. Rissy said, "Oh snap! I haven't been paying attention. I just started looking to clays last year. I didn't know the challenge stuff had clays involved." Yeah, the first week and the last week, and I try to do that for every challenge is our detox weeks, right? So you put like before we put in a protective style, before we do any type of challenge, I always try to do some type of like either a scalp scrub, a clay detox. If you look, I might have a playlist. I believe I do. I have a playlist of like all of the clays I've ever tried. Like I have one on red Moroccan clay, green clay, Bentonite clay versus Rasul clay, a kaolin clay. Um, I don't know. I have like and then for all the challenges, I also have mixes of clays. So like, whatever I have on hand sometimes. Like sometimes I think I have one clay and I don't, right? And um so yeah, so if you ever just go take a look, if you're wanting to know more about clays, I talk about the different properties of each clay. Like bentonite clay has the most absorption. Some people feel like their hair gets too dry from that, so it's also good to like mix clays. Like Rasul clay has like I would say medium absorption. Kaolin clay is the least absorbent, so you can mix them to get like different strengths of detoxing. Does that make sense? Let's see. Catherine says, "Hi, how is the Happy Nappy Cruise Sunday going?" Good, good. You know what? And I'm going to keep that term because I love it. Happy Nappy Cruise. We're doing good. I'm doing good at least. How's everyone else doing? Nika says it's so crazy how almost every style people want you to blow out your hair. Madness. Yeah, yeah. And I literally I just bucked the system, right? When I went to get my hair braided earlier this year, of course the girl wanted me to blow out my hair, so I did. But for the most part, I would say 99% of the time I'm the only one who ever does my hair. And so I don't blow out my hair because I don't want to and I just don't. Nicole says, "Hey, Michelle. Hey, everyone. Hey, Nicole." Nika says, "Hi. Oh, did you get my email?" I did get your emails, and I'm sorry. I literally got overwhelmed with packing orders from the cell. I will ship out your orders today. I just had way more orders than I even anticipated, but I got y'all for the challenge winners. So yes, I did get your email. I'm sorry. I will mail out your order either today or tomorrow. That is like what I've been working on all week. I had it. Well, I had to sell. I just really didn't anticipate. I didn't anticipate it being as busy as I was. Being as busy as I was. Um, let's see. Diane said, "Yes, let's wait. I'm not ready to take out my braids either." Okay, so we'll just extend it. Like, I mean, the point of the challenge is really, yes, we want to grow hair, but really, if you find styles, you find whatever that works for you, it's just to keep doing it, right? We're trying out different teas and different recipes, finding out which ones you like, which ones your hair likes or responds to best. Um, so yeah, I mean, I'll say 15 weeks, but it'll be 16, maybe 17, but the point really is to really learn how to take care of your hair, find styles that work for you, find herbs that work for you. So I'm glad you guys are on the same page because I was like, I'm not ready. I'm not ready to do it. Um, Catherine says, yes, yay, good. You should trademark it. Happy Nappy Crew. Yeah. I'm gonna like brand that, like, oh, that's my Nappy Crew, my Happy Nappy Crew. I love it. Um, I don't know who this person is, but okay. And Nicole says, no worries, just checking in with you about making sure I had the right. Yeah, take care of your orders first. Yeah. Okay, I got you. No, I'm pretty much I literally just have the last few orders that I'm like wrapping up. I don't know who this is. My name is not Nicole, but don't make this weird. Don't make it weird. Yeah. You're right. All right, let's just remove it because I really am not in the mood today for any type of nonsense. Yes, Missy, all of the nonsense. Um, Catherine says, I know I ask every Sunday live, will the Shebe detangling leave in also impart more? Oh yeah, oh yeah. I'm in need of a cream and leave-in. Yes, it will impart lots of moisture. This leave-in is to me gonna be really, really great. Like it has moisture, it has slip. Um, it's not super heavy, but it's heavier than the spray leave-in that I currently have. But very moisturizing. It pairs very nicely with the moisturizing styler, which is really what I wanted. I know like sometimes people have lines that don't necessarily build with one another, which doesn't make sense to me because I feel like you should be able to use a full line without getting like flakes and buildup and et cetera, et cetera. So I really worked on trying to make it go together. Um, Risa said, yeah, okay. Katie says, I'm no longer on the East Coast, so I'm missing most of the live chat. I have some questions, so I'm just getting out of church and my mindset is doing something different. Oh, okay. I'm probably gonna be on, I'm not gonna be on super late today, but if you do remember it, I mean you can ask or you can drop it in the comment section or you can DM me if you want, unless it's a question you want to ask everybody. So just let me know. Catherine says, perfect. Okay, Faith says, Happy New Year. Thank you, dear. How are you guys? How are you doing, Faith? I don't think I've heard from you yet for this year. But let me know if you guys have any other questions regarding the Protective Style Challenge or just herbs in general. Sorry, hair loss, hair growth, anything. Feel free to just drop it in the chat. My nails are getting caught on my hair. Let's see. Have you ever heard of PRP? No, I have not. I'm not even sure what that stands for. And you know me, I have to know. Oh, platelet rich plasma injections. Interesting. Are gaining popularity for a variety of conditions from sports injuries to hair loss. Oh, no. I mean, I've heard of some type of injections before, but I don't know much about them. Like I could definitely research it. I'm always, you know me, I'm always good for researching and reading about whatever's new going on in like hair care. Is that something that was like recommended to you, Katie, or you just are curious about it as a whole? Um, you think it's a good topic for like a video, you know? That's another thing too. Like what other content? So I know I am gonna go back to doing herbal living Saturdays. I just obviously got busy because since the holiday sale and everything, I just been slumped. But once things start to, I would say, settle down, but calm down again, I will obviously go back to doing bi-monthly or bi-weekly videos on herbal living. So I'll definitely do that. But is there any other content you guys want from me? Do you guys like when I do like some of the research videos? Um, Sometimes they don't do well, sometimes they do well later on, like the videos I did about like breast cancer and hair dyes, um, relaxers and cancer and uterine cancer. Do you guys like those type of videos where we go a little bit more in depth about some of the, things that are happening? Or do you still like a lot of DIYs? Because there's a lot of herbs, of course, and I'm still gonna always talk about herbs, but there are a lot of herbs that I've been obviously experimenting with and playing with, and I could introduce you guys to. So I may still do like Tip Tuesdays, introducing new herbs to you guys. But is there any other content that you are interested in, you want to hear me talk about, even on the lives? Because I think I also may do sometimes like lives where like I'm doing something other than just sitting here talking to you guys. Like some of my favorite lives where people are like, let's mix something together or make something together. Like the one time I made soap, I feel like that was like a fun live to do together. So, you know, I'm just putting some ideas out there. Nicole says, my hair's been a protective style from the very beginning of the challenge and is growing and doing well. So well, I retwisted it up 3 times. Okay, girl. I'm glad to hear that. I love it. I love it. Uh, Faith says, what about permanent eyebrows? Oh, microblading it's called. I have no idea. Yeah. What do you want me to talk about permanent eyebrows, or what do you mean? I mean, I think like permanent I've seen people do the permanent eyebrows. They're just like it's almost like tattooing an eyebrow on. So they like shave your eyebrows and then they like tattoo. It's almost like a tattoo. Um, and I think you got to do it a couple times to make it more permanent. Richie said, huh? Aren't we born with permanent eyebrows? Some people are. Some people have very thin, fine eyebrows. Some people don't like their eyebrow shape. And some people get more, get more added to whatever shape they like, um, thickness, density, whatever. People like all types of things. Nicole says, heck yeah, we love your videos. Any videos you create. Okay. Catherine says, are you still going to do the Rev Air? Just curious. You know what? I need to contact the lady back because I did hit her up. And they're in a new quarter, so they'll probably be doing like some influencer reviews. So once they do that, yes. But that's good. Good note for me. Sharika says, yes, I love them. Research videos are very helpful to why we should or shouldn't use something. Okay. Rissy said clays. Girl, I got like 8 videos on clays, but we could talk about clays. I literally have like a ton of videos on clays, but you know what? And I have to remember this too. I can recycle old content because a lot of times people are not going back and watching videos from 3 to 4 or 5 years ago, unless that video, for whatever reason, becomes very popular. Like for whatever reason, the Google algorithm, people are searching that and my video pops up. Then like some of my older videos will go like semi-viral. I won't say viral because they never hit like 1 million views, but like they'll pick up in views. So yeah, I'll probably bring back some old stuff that I've done that I feel like a lot of people don't know about, especially if you only started following me this year. Uh, Nicole says, my apologies. I'm driving using voice text, so I'm not able to really proofread and make correct. Oh, don't worry about it, girl. Don't worry. I got you. I got you. Risty said, I learned that charcoal is a clay as well. Look into that, please. Oh, yeah, girl. I actually have a video on charcoal, activated charcoal. It's really great. You can add it to your clays. As again, these are all older videos. Let me just block this comment real quick. These are all older videos, but I could definitely redo some of that content. Sorry, let me just make sure people are not being crazy. Okay. Julie says, hi, Michelle, maybe show us demos of the new gloss bars, please. I actually already have demos of the new gloss bars. I will add it to my website so you can see them. Because how I made the new gloss bars where I actually featured them for you guys, showed you how to use them, tested them out my hair, did comparison videos on them. So I will put those videos on my website. So like if you go to the gloss bars, you'll see like this me using the slippery elm, hibiscus aloe, hibiscus moringa, all that. Yes. And also if you watched my video 2 weeks ago, I think it was, when I did the moringa one, Okay, sorry. I read your comment while I was talking. Oh, but I was just saying 2 weeks ago, I also showed me using the hibiscus moringa one. Ghibli said I meant like others using it. Sorry. I do. So I have two influencers who use my gloss bars. Maybe actually, well, two, but one girl has two videos using the gloss bars. So if you look on my community page, you can see Curls of a CPA. She did a review on the hibiscus vinegar aloe bar, and also what did Bubsby. She did a review of the Amla fenugreek neem gloss bar. And if you look, you can see their full reviews of those gloss bars. And I have like 30-second or 60-second clips on my Instagram if you want to see them use it as well. Uh, and when you say Ghibli, when you say others using it, do you mean like me demoing it on other people or other people just doing reviews on it? Maybe that's what you meant. Katie says, my hair is starting to thin out on the sides. I was told I would be a good candidate. To use your own blood and spin into plasma and inject it into the needed areas. Oh, interesting. I would say they're always coming out with new things with hair loss. I know nothing about. I'm definitely curious. Like, I'll probably will take a minute afterwards and do some light research, but I'll probably like spend some time at one point or another like researching it because I do think it's interesting. Um, who knows? I'm curious what the like reviews on this are and like how many people have grown their hair from it. Are there any implications of it? Just curious. Nika said, "People shaving their eyebrows to draw it back on." Sorry, what a world we live. What a world we live. Yes, 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 yes. I'll tell you, there's something for people. Do whatever they want. It's a lot of random weird things. Uh, it's that people need to be thankful for what they have and learn to work with it instead of destroying it. Yeah. Sharika says, "Bought the Rev Air and so far enjoying it as I've not blow dried my hair in almost 8 years." That's good. A lot of people, honestly, a lot of the reviews I've seen on the Rev Air have been really, really good. Um, I think it's great. Like I said, I'm not a fan of, again, y'all know, I think I can count on one hand in the last 15 years the times I've blow dried my hair. And I haven't straightened my hair in probably 15 years now, like with a hot comb or a flat iron, in probably about 15 years. And I probably blow dried my hair a total of maybe 4 or 5 times max in the last 15 years. So I'm with you on that. I'm good. Like, but I know like some people really, really love it. A lot of the reviews I've seen um have been positive. Sure, says, how much pulling is there on the hair and scalp with the Rev Air? That's the question I want to know. Rissy says, I have to go through your videos. I missed out on so much. Wow. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I've been making videos for a long time. I have a lot of content. Again, some of that stuff I can also redo. Some of the, especially the older videos, probably like 4 or 5 years old. Redo. I think there's like great topics, great herbs, great clays, mixtures and stuff. And a lot of times people ask me similar type questions like you are, Rissy, and it's just because they don't know that I have a ton of content that I've already done. And I'm always gonna show you guys new herbs. I feel like that is like forever what I do because I just ordered a ton more and that's I have an addiction to herbs and trying new things. And also as someone who formulates products, I'm always going to be testing and trying. And when I find something that works or herbs that are wonderful or new or I don't see out, I'm gonna experiment with and then share with you guys my thoughts. Okay. Risa said we all need to go through your videos. Yes, yes. Oh, but so what is videos about? Yes, about hair. Shirka says, I am too curious about the pulling. Would you ever shave your head to do something bold and different? And what do you think of shaved heads? I I didn't shave my head completely, but I went very, very short before, like 1 or 2 inches. Like I cut off all of my hair before. Um, I think it's great to do something bold and different if that's what you want to do. I think everybody is different. I think some people don't like themselves with short hair, and I think some people look great with short hair. Um, so would I ever do it again? I'm probably not going to go back that short ever again. Would I cut my hair? Yes, because I cut my hair pretty much every year. And this is the one year I'm fighting the urge to cut my hair. Y'all know I feel like every year something has happened in my life that has always made me want to cut my hair and I end up doing so. But this year I feel like I'm going to try and just grow it out and see how long it can grow without getting too I don't know. To if Washe gets too crazy, I'll definitely be cutting it. But if we'll see where this world takes me this year. I'm trying to be open because I literally cut my hair every single year. I don't cut it, that short, but I usually cut it to armpit length and then we regrow it out with some challenges. Like right now, when I finally do my length check, I'm pretty sure my hair is back to like where it was last year before I cut it. Um, so all that to say, I probably won't cut my hair that short again. I think it's great to do bold and different. Some people do cuts, some people do color. What do I think about shaved heads? I love shaved heads. I think it's a vibe, it's a look. Some people pull it off better than others, but like if you like it, I love it. JB says, like reviews, I'm just getting into the gloss bars. It's quite hard and messy to apply to hip length hair. So if you're finding the gloss bars to be like hard to apply, I recommend making sure your hair is very wet, and then maybe not making the gloss bars as um, loose, like allowing them to be a little bit thicker in texture. And then like do it over like the sink and make sure your hair has enough water and then letting that glide down a little bit easier. Um, I find that to be the best. I feel like when my hair gets a little bit dry, it makes it a little bit harder. I find sometimes if I make the gloss bars a little too loose, it also just makes a very messy experience. Um, Also, sometimes parting, and I'm sure you know as someone who has long hair, um, parting your hair and then like putting it into twists makes it easier. So that way you're just working on section by section. But then again, also check out the other girls who I mentioned. They're literally, if you go to my community page on YouTube, there I posted their videos in there, so you can check out their reviews of the gloss bars and how they use them too. And Curls of CPA, her name's Sable. Me and her are like cool friends in real life too. Sable actually used too much liquid on one gloss bar and then added the other half of the gloss bar in, and it just made, I think, it a lot easier to apply and without it being too loose and just dripping or messy everywhere. I think also the more you use, I'm going on, but I think the more you use gloss bars, the easier texture you'll find. Also, if you need to, you can add a little bit of conditioner to it so that way it doesn't like if you feel like it's breaking away too much, it kind of also helps hold it compact. Okay. Mm. Okay, Nika says, "Oh my God, Michelle, we're at 15 years this year." Yeah, I think it's so crazy that it's been this long. I know. I just remember like everyone telling me like, "Oh, it's gonna just be a fad. You'll be right back," and "Oh, it's just the natural hair phase." And I'm like, "It's not a phase. Like, I'm forever gonna be here. Like, I'm never going back to relaxers." And I agree. I don't know where 15 years went, but 15 years in the game, baby. We here to stay. Sharika says, nice so far. I have high porosity hair, medium to high density, and it's just a nice way to kind of stretch my hair without putting too much heat on it. But it's only been a month. She's talking about the Rev Air for anyone. And she said, I didn't feel like it pulled my hair much at all. Okay. That's good. That's good. I'm definitely gonna reach out to the woman again for this quarter because I know they're probably gonna be doing like some reviews and stuff. Risa said, "Yay, new herbs." Yeah, and there's a lot of herbs out there that I've been researching and experimenting with that I think y'all would really, really love, especially for those who are having hormonal hair loss and hormone issues. I do think that I'm going to talk a little bit more about while we're going to talk about obviously topical use, but and I'm always going to preface this by speak with your doctor. I'm not your doctor. Make sure there's nothing that's conflicts with medication, but how to use it internally for some of those added benefits. So, yes, I'm excited. Uh, Vizel says, I have too many lumps to go bald. Me too. Me too. Y'all don't know, but I have like a lumpy head. Like right here, there's a nice little lump and dent. It's not cute. Um, Catherine says, great. I must just give it a try. Yeah. Hey, Sophia. She says, hi, darling Michelle. How are you at night? And hi, everyone. I'm doing really good today. Working on a few things here. I was saying that trying to do a few house projects as well. Like I'm trying now it's time to like get my apartment up a little bit once things calm down, finish some orders. But I'm doing good. Night sleeping in the living room right now. I'm surprised he hasn't made his little debut at some point, but I guess he's over me right now. Nicole says, "Me too. I buy herbs all the time. I need to go through them and probably disregard some that I haven't used." Yeah, and I think that's like my issue too because I buy too many, and then herbs do expire, just like all things. They lose their potency after a certain point. So at some point, I definitely think you should use them up. No, Nika says not lumps, Maisel, not bumps. Keep the mixture viscous. Yes, yes. That's what you mean. Just keep it, make sure it's nice and thick, and it definitely helps. Ben says, my aunt, when she turned 55, she went for a gray 1/8 all over buzz cut. She had shoulder length bleach blonde hair. And she used to wear skirts and high heels. And after the buzz cut, she went for jean jackets, jeans, combat boots, and black leather jacket. Hey, that's cool. Listen, if you can switch up who you are, listen, I think as women, sometimes as we get older, as we get whatever, things happen, life changes, and we decide that we want to reinvent ourselves and we want to do something different, do so. If it makes you happy, like do so. Maybe that's what she wanted to do, and maybe that's how she was feeling. And if she likes it, I love it. Shoot. Judy says, "Okay, good tip. Selling is no joke to care for. It's expensive and time consuming." Listen, I know. Henceforth, why I literally end up cutting my hair because I don't really have time. I don't have time. I have to work on being more patient, and I know once my hair gets longer, mm-mm. That's how I always like with Nika and anyone who has like really long hair. I'd be like, bless y'all, because I do not have the patience. I didn't have the patience. I'll grow it out and I'll cut it right back to armpit length. If y'all look at my videos around this time around the year, I always end up cutting my hair. Well, last year, y'all know I was in the middle of like separating, getting divorced from my husband. So I definitely was like, I'm gonna just cut off my hair. And I did. And I loved it, and I regrew it back, and we'll see where this year takes me though. Black Scuba Queen says, "Hi everybody, I finally caught alive." Hey dear, well welcome, welcome. She says, "That's right. Natural hair is a lifestyle. Not natural hair is for life." Exactly. Laurel says, "Hey everyone, hope you're all having a great weekend. Quick question, more so for the girlies who work out frequently. What's your post-workout hair care routine?" I currently spritz my hair and scalp with the more moisturizing herbs. Yeah, so that's what I do. So I work out like 5 days, 4 to 5 days a week. Um, I try to make sure that my scalp gets dry. You already know I have like scalp issues. So I really try to make sure that my scalp gets dry, which means either usually I put my hair into a bun or some type of style when I'm working out, but then like take the bun down and make sure the scalp gets dry. Maybe add like a little bit of herbs to my fingertips or put it on the thing, rub it to help get that smell away. Cause I don't know about y'all, but after like third or fourth time in the gym, my scalp is pretty smelly. And so, which is also why I wash my hair weekly because my lifestyle just, I have to because it stinks and I don't like having smelly hair. But that's what I do. And I find for me, making sure that my scalp gets dry in between is probably one of the most helpful things in, while I'm working out and not having like sweaty, stinky scalp. Rissy said, when I did work out, I never worked out hard enough to sweat because I was not going to wash my hair every other day. Not you working hard enough to sweat. Girl, you got to sweat a little bit sometimes. But yeah, you can refresh. You could also, well, I'm trying to think of the herb I used. Um, there's what herb is astringent? My brain today. I used it in one of my other videos too. I used it in my videos that I had when I had braids in earlier this year, like in March or April. I think it's the first video I did where I had braids in my hair. If you check out that video, I forget what herb I use, but and it has astringent properties. So like you can use that on your scalp if you're finding like you're having like a lot of scalp issues, especially like when you work out and your hair gets like really sweaty and it gets like a light odor or whatever. That can help remove some of that oils and buildup. So like that's really great to like spray on your scalp, give yourself like a nice massage with it. So that definitely helps. Uh, Mazel says, I love no chemicals or straighten press. The picture is old. My natural hair gets criticized on YouTube. What's going on, Faisal? Oh, the picture on your profile thing is old. The natural hair gets criticized on. Oh, okay, okay. Who's criticizing you and your natural hair? Send them over here. Nicole says, I'm a herb junkie to buy stuff all the time. I need to go through and probably discard some. Yeah. Yeah, I think we all are. I feel like if you're on this page, you're on this channel. We probably we probably are a little bit of a herb junkie. I refresh when needed and I wash when needed. Yeah. Yeah. Might as well say I changed to jeans also after retirement. No more dresses, heels, person. Yeah, that's what I say. I know a lot of people who do, and I think we're in different seasons and different reasons, honey. And if you want to never wear dress again because you didn't had to wear one every day for work and maybe for church or whatever, and you're just like, I'm done. Do so. I feel you. I feel you. Nika says, I'm currently waiting to retwist my hair as we speak. It's going to be an interesting afternoon. Girl, I don't know how you do it, my dear. I don't know how you do it. Joanna says, "Hey, how are you, Joanna? How can I prevent my dry afro hair from breaking?" So if your hair is dry, I'm assuming that you're not getting enough moisture. Um, and so you want to make sure you have a good routine. Like, how often are you shampooing and conditioning your hair? How often are you moisturizing your hair? So a lot of times when your hair is extremely dry, it's gonna break because you don't have moisture in it, it wants to break. So I think like getting a routine. So if you follow any of the videos that I have, I do a weekly wash day. You don't have to do a weekly wash day. Maybe every 2 weeks might be work for you and your regimen. But make sure you're moisturizing your hair, something that's hydrating first. So, like you heard of the lock or LCO or LOC thing. So, you do some type of leave in, some type of cream, and then seal with some type of oil. And depending on where you are, if it's like bitterly cold, you may choose to use a butter, but really trying to have some type of moisturizing routine for you if you've never have one. I would say start with moisturizing at least 3 times a week. Deep condition every single wash day. Try to wash at least once every 2 weeks. Once a week is preferable for me. For me, I understand yours might be different. Um, Also, when was your last protein treatment? A lot of times, if you look at my videos about protein, I highly recommend you do so because a lot of people are scared of protein. But a lot of the reason why your hair could be breaking is because your cuticles are lifted, you don't have enough strength in your hair. Protein basically adds like a protective barrier around, let's say around, but like on the cuticle and the hair shaft, helping you to lock moisture in. So definitely look into doing some type of protein. It doesn't have to be a strong protein. You could do like a strengthening hair mask. Um, but yeah, try some of the adding those tips to your thing. What products are you using currently now? Do you feel like you ever have your hair at some point is moisturized? Do you feel like you have a great product, but the moisture leaves quickly? Are you sealing your hair after you moisturize it? Those are just some things that you can look into. What's going on here? Sophia says, Michelle, you look beautiful as usual. How long is your hair now? How is your relationship with Jesus? Um, Thank you. How long is my hair now? Well, we'll do a final length check at the end of this challenge, basically when I take out these braids. But the last time, so my bangs were, I think, like here. My sides are like, I think they were a little bit past my armpit, and in the back, I was almost waist length. So um that's where it was at the beginning of the challenge. So we're now 12 weeks later, almost 12 weeks later. So I'll do another length check in probably like 2 weeks. But that's about where my hair is. I don't know if you caught, Sophia, that I said I cut it at the beginning of this year. So yeah, and my relationship with Jesus, I think it's good. I don't know. I think it's good. I see Nika and Vizel over here cutting up as always. I love you, Michelle. Thank you, Sophia. Rissy said, I don't have a relationship with Jesus, but that's just me. And that, listen, I'm not here to judge nobody. So do you. Um, Joanna says, I'm good, thanks. I'm showing love from the UK. The UK weather is bleak. Yeah, I know a lot of people in the UK have a lot of issues with the dry, bitter, cold weather. Also, I know I said all the other stuff too, but just make sure you're also getting a nice trim. Sometimes at this point, I don't know your routine at all, but make sure that you have a good fresh start with your ends. I think the beginning of the year is a wonderful time to get a trim if you haven't had one and you can't remember, or it's been like 3 to 4 months, your ends are just raggedy and snagging and or splitting, or you have a bunch of single strand knots. Go ahead and give yourself a nice little trim, fresh start, but then make sure again you're moisturizing and then sealing your ends so that way you're not, just trimming off the hair and then doing the same things that are causing your ends to be dry, weak, and brittle. Just remember your ends are the oldest part of your hair, and so they do require a little extra TLC. So, that means again, maybe you use an oil, maybe use a butter, or some people are fans of using gels, and you use a gel to make sure your ends are nice and compact and sealed. Um, Rissy. It's cold and dry out, so hair is going to break a lot more right now. Yeah, it can. It doesn't have to. I think if you don't have a good regimen, it's going to happen. But it's cold and well, over here it's cold and very dry. It's dry in my house because I got the heat on, ridiculous. But just make sure you moisturize, make sure you still your hair, make sure you're deep conditioning. If you have to leave your hair covered, some people like to leave their hair wrapped up while they're in their house. That also helps you to retain moisture. Protective styles, because we in a protective style challenge. Protective styles are a great way to help prevent your hair from breaking. They don't have to be the braids and the locks. If you look at the last 10 other videos I have, I show you 10 different hairstyles that you can do to keep your ends protected, especially in the cold and dry, from like bun styles, wrapping styles, all types of things. So, yeah, okay. Let's see. Joanna said, thank you. You're welcome. Outspoken. She says, hello, Michelle. How are you? I'm doing wonderful today. Thank you. Thank you. How are you? Ghibli says, unique consistency and tailored routine, a good protective style, and patience, Sophia. To Joanna, not Sophia. Sorry. Yeah. Yes. All of those things. All of those things. Mine says that protein works great for my mixed gray hair. I have one side curly and the other side nappy. Afro G, awesome. Yeah. Afro G is really good. And I always tell people like, if you're scared of Afro G, use something else. But I feel like a lot of us OG hair users, we know all about Afro G. I'm a big Afro G fan. Like I have make my products, but the only product, and I could definitely make myself a protein treatment. I don't know why I don't. I just be playing around sometimes. But I still will go out and buy Afro G because I know, and I always tell you guys this. I don't have a perfect schedule for Afro G. I have a perfect schedule for protein, like using my strengthening hair mask, using strengthening herbs. I have a great schedule for my henna. I have a great schedule for everything else. I just know that there comes a point that I'll be doing my hair and I'll say, it's time. Um, Maybe I'll try to document it this year, but I would say maybe it's every 7 to 8 weeks, sometimes 12 weeks. I don't know what it is, but there's something about my hair that tells me I need something more. And every time I do the Afro G, my hair is like, thank you. My curls be like, or it's not really curls, but my little waves be like super defined and super wavy. It's like every time I know I need it. Maybe it's the extreme frizziness. And I love my strengthening hair mask. I know it's a lighter protein. It's using oat protein, which is more of a, I would say more of a humectant based protein. Apogee has like that wheat protein. It has stronger proteins. You can make your own. I could make my own protein treatment. I don't know why I don't just do it, but um, there's like keratin proteins, all that. So I'm a big fan of Apogee. I know a lot of people are not, and I understand that, but over time, Apogee, don't be afraid of it. Don't be afraid of it. Don't be afraid. Outspoken says, "How can I get my hair thick?" So, outspoken, that is going to depend. That is really going to depend, right? So, if your hair follicles are you have inactive hair follicles, then there's a possibility to make your hair a little bit thicker because, in that sense, the inactive follicles can become activated from maybe using Ayurvedic herbs. But to literally say, my hair, like for instance, I have very fine strands. I have medium to high, medium density. There's no way one day I'm gonna have thick, long. Oh, I can have long hair. I don't say long. There's no way I can have thick, high density hair because that is not the nature of my hair. Um, Everyone has a genetically predisposed genetic condition for their hair strands and stuff. But let's say your hair right now is just not like you would say, like maybe when I was younger, my hair was thicker, right? As we age due to certain factors, whatever, some of our hair follicles become inactive. Whether we're aware of it or not, it happens actually more often than not. So when you start using like some of our Ayurvedic treatments, you can use our hair teas, you can use the glosses, any type of herbal treatments that are focused on inactivating hair follicles or stimulating hair growth, like your amla, your fenugreek. It can help those old follicles become active again, making your hair appear thicker, but really just getting back to the original density and thickness that it once was. Um, and I call it like the halo effect. So usually for most people who've never used herbs before, about 3 months in, they all of a sudden say they have like this like halo of hair. And some people freaked out initially, was like, oh my God, I think my hair is breaking off from the herbs. And it's not that the hair was breaking off, is that those follicles that have been inactive for X amount of time are now active and they're regrowing hair. So you're getting like all these new like hairs growing in those hair follicles, making your hair appear thicker. If you want to help thicken the individual strand of your hair, and we're going to use this term loosely, all right? Because you're not going to make the strands so thick that one day you're gonna be like, oh my God, my strands are so thick. But like henna, right? Henna coats the individual hair strand, providing like making it stronger, a little bit thicker, not gonna be noticeably like I have fine strands one day and tomorrow I'm gonna have coarse strands. It's literally just gonna be like a filling in, making the hair more structure, more strong with a layer over it. Does that make sense? Because sometimes I'd be talking, I'd be like, am I making sense? But yeah, so if you're looking to make those hair follicles that have been inactive active, try some of our teas that I've done for this challenge. You want to look at herbs like, again, amla, fenugreek. Neem is also really great for hair growth, hair loss, antimicrobial, antifungal. Um, Green tea, uh, rosemary. You can look into any of those herbs. They can really work with helping to regrow some of those inactive hair follicles. If you're looking for some strength and maybe a little bit of thickness to it, you can look into strengthening herbs like your henna that leave a coat. Cassia leaves a coat, like a coating over your hair, as well as Zisavis. Yeah. Okay. Okay, Catherine, here. I think you're next. All right. So when you refresh to rebraid or twist your hair, would you rather use your liquid leave-in than the shea cream, then oil or butter, or just plain water, then cream, then oil and butter? Oh, I always use my leave-in. I always use my leave-in because it really does add like that hydrating layer to it. Um, before if you feel like you need, and this is gonna be contingent on your hair. If you feel like the leave-in you don't need to leave in, then don't use it. But I find like it's very moisturizing and it's just light enough and perfect enough. It's just enough. It's not like it's a little bit, I would say it's a little bit better than water. Not a little bit. It's better than water. But I always use my leave-in. I do. Uh okay. Joanna says thanks. Rissy says, oh no, not apple G. I'm having fun. Are you terrified of apple G, Rissy? I'm sure you're gonna say it here. Okay, let me just read this. Apple G had me up all night doing my hair, head stinking, all because I didn't want to use a blow dryer and it did nothing for my hair. You gotta use the blow dryer, dear. The point of apple G is to use the blow dryer to make it hard on your hair, right? So like you do the shampoo because the shampoo lifts your cuticles, and actually the apple G shampoo has protein in it. Okay, so it lifts your cuticles. Then you do the protein, you do the heat, and that binds the protein to the individual strands. If you don't do the heat, the blow dryer, you're pointless. Just pointless. Not pointless because I'm sure there's some deposits and some does bind, but the blow dryer is what helps the binding effect of the proteins in your hair with apple G. Um, and then you rinse it off. And when you say it did nothing, do you mean that your hair felt soft afterwards? Do you mean your hair felt hard afterwards? Like, what do you mean your hair felt nothing? It did nothing. I'm confused. Okay. Let me go back up. Let's see. Apple G is life. What do you mean receive? Thank you, Nika. Because I was like, wait. Explain yourself, child. Also said, well, thank you. Okay. Receive it out. Okay, we answered that. It says, yes, Apple G on nappy, the texture. Yes. Yes. I will say, like, Apple G, it gathers my hair together. And this is talking from someone who has low porosity hair, because there was that whole hype for at some point or another that Apple G, that low porosity hair doesn't need protein. Yes, I do. Don't believe that. And as someone who has fine strands and it's very low porosity, Apple G does wonders for my hair. But you gotta use it right. You gotta use it right, okay? And I think that's also why Apple G, a lot of times they say like salon only or salon experience needed, because a lot of people are scared. A lot of people don't use it correctly. I know people also trying to manipulate their hair once it's hard, and I'd be like, oh my god, I will give me a spoon and pop your hands. Like no, Apple G needs to be used a particular way. If you want to know, I actually have a video on how to use Apple G, the two-step treatment from the shampoo to letting it harden, to rinsing it out, all of that. So go check that out if you're scared, if you've never used it. And I don't want to demonize protein treatments. I don't want you to demonize Apple G because I think it's wonderful. I know a lot of people are scared to use it. And I would say if you're scared, try strengthening hair mask. I have one. 1,000 other brands have one. They're just proteins mixed with conditioners. There are different levels of proteins. Check out my protein video I've done with my nephew, where we talk about small proteins, small hydrolyzed, medium hydrolyzed, and large hydrolyzed proteins and how they interact and affect on your hair strands. So while your hair may hate wheat, it might like oat, it may like silk, it may like rice proteins. Finding one that works best for you. From what I did in my research, oat protein was one of the ones that worked universally for pretty much everyone. Most people could handle oat proteins, which is why I use it in my strengthening hair mask, and silk proteins, which are a smaller protein. I use the silk amino acids. Are wonderful for the hair. I'm saying all to say, if you're scared of that, try that and work your way up eventually one day to Apple G. Just my take on it. Check out my review of it. Check out my video of how I use it. There's also a ton of other videos out there. If Nika is still on here, I think Nika, do you have a Apple G one on your channel? I feel like if you don't have Apple G, I know you have one of your protein treatments on there that's similar to like how Apple G is applied. Apply it, use the heat, and then rinse it off. All right, sorry. I'm gonna go back to answering questions. I'll be on my little tangents. Hi, Patricia. Hi, Michelle. How are you, dear? Outspoken said, I use some of your teas. Okay, thank you so much. You're welcome. And outspoken, you just have to be consistent with it. One of the biggest things about hair care, growing your hair, getting it thicker, is consistency. Consistency. You have to be consistent with it over and give it time. Again, some herbs may work better for you than other herbs. Don't be afraid to try something for a month or two, see how your hair is responding, add maybe more, less, just work, try to figure out stuff that works for you. I think, like, for me, that's why I do some of the challenges, excuse me, featuring different herbs, so you can kind of see which ones respond better to your hair, which ones you like, which ones you're like, I don't really care for that much. She says, so we officially the Happy Nappy crew. Yes, we are. Hi, Eve. She says, hey, Michelle. Sophia says, Michelle, doesn't peppermint and pumpkin seed oil revert DHT? Yes, it does help to block DHT. In some cases, the pumpkin seed oil can help revert it. I actually have, if you're curious, I do have a video on making a DHT blocker oil. I also sell a DHT blocker oil, but one of the oils we do use is peppermint seed oil. I mean, pumpkin seed oil. My DHT blocker oil does have pumpkin seed oil too in it. Yes, those are really great for blocking DHT. All of the herbs in my DHT blocker that I sell, like saw palmetto, green tea, fenugreek, all help block DHT. If you're unsure what I'm talking about, DHT is basically the cause of male and female pattern baldness. That's that baldness that starts off like this and then ends up like all around here. It's one of the leading causes of baldness in males and females. It's basically because testosterone, um, it's a form from it's a, why can I think of the actual term, but it's created off the use of testosterone, and then it becomes DHT, which is dihydro something testosterone. Totally screwing it up. I'm sure I am, but basically, it's from that. It's a precursor from that. It's a hormone that when you have too much of it, it builds up the hair follicles and it causes hair loss. So it's really important to block it. I use pretty much a lot of the herbs that I use when we do the hair loss teas that I create for you guys do have some herb in there, at least one herb that helps to block DHT. There are other causes of hair loss, but I always want to focus on that because it is one of the leading causes. And those who are dealing with hair loss, I always recommend for you guys to shampoo your hair frequently because DHT actually builds up on the scalp. And when you don't shampoo your hair or cleanse your hair, it actually just continues to build up at the hair follicle, causing you more issues. Another rant for no reason. Okay. But yes, Sophia, correct. Dia says, hi, I'm so late. I have to go back to work, but I use the gloss bar and I love it. My hair loves. Oh yeah, I'm so glad. I'm so glad. Which gloss bar did you use? I don't know if you're still on because I've been on 20 different rants now, but which gloss bar did you use? Catherine says, was just asking so I don't overload the humectants. I will try that this week. Perfect. Yolanda says, hello, everyone. I remember when I used Apogee after rinsing it out, I had so many single strand knots. How do I prevent that? Should I twist my hair up while waiting for it to dry on my hair? Yeah, so so what I did, and I think I did it in that video too, I sectioned my hair off prior to doing it, and then I worked in sections. So like I would do this quadrant, right? And then while it's still wet before it hardens, I would just do one large twist like this. And then boom, work on the next quadrant, put it on, then boom, right? So as you do each quadrant of your hair, that way your hair stays stretched, right? It does help to minimize single strand knots. And then when you rinse it out, you can take it down and then put your hair back into like a large twist after you rinse it out, and then do your moisturizing or deep conditioning afterwards. The point I think when it comes to like protein treatments in general, I always tell people make sure your hair is detangled before doing any type of protein because my God, you will create massive tangles if you're not, which can also lead to single strand knots. But yes, putting your hair into large twists can be very helpful, or depending on how long your hair is, medium sized twists to help keep it stretched and prevent single strand knots. Eve says, I'm a new customer and I love your gloss bars. How often should I use them? and I'm basically using them for deep conditioner treatments. Okay, then that's perfect. So I recommend at least twice. I would every other week using the gloss bars as a deep conditioner. So one week you can use them, one week don't use them, next week use them. I know some people who use them every week. It's perfectly fine, but I recommend as a new user to herbs every other week. Rissy said, I had color in my hair at the time, so my hair still felt damaged and crispy. I'm high porosity. My strands are lifted and full of holes. Yes. Yes. Yeah. Color treated hair is the same, like, I don't want to say the same, but it's similar to like relaxers and chemicals. I mean, any type of chemicals on your hair. They basically deplete the hair strand, and if you have high porosity hair, you're just leading more issues for a disaster at some point. But just as reference, Rissy, protein treatments are going to be your lifesaver, and trimming and moisture. Like those are going to be the things that are going to keep you a little bit sane and your hair a little bit healthy while if you still have some of that on your hair. Yeah, because I've had dyes. Y'all don't know. Y'all caught me at the tail end of my natural hair journey. In my beginning natural hair journey, y'all, I done did it all. I don't think there's nothing I didn't do. I think I've done every every damaging thing you can to your hair. I'm pretty sure I did it. From hair dyes to dyeing. I mean, even from back in my relaxer days, from relaxers to color on relaxers, dye my hair with relaxers, blonde hair, red hair, with natural hair, not relaxing, dye my natural hair, leaving it out, conditioner washing only, not trimming. If it was bad, I've done it, been there, done that. So I feel you. I can definitely give you some tips and helping you with that. But some of it eventually is just gonna have to trim it off until it's gone, or just give yourself a nice big cut. Sophia said there's at least 10 DHT blockers. Yes, at least. There's probably more than that. And I have like 10 of those herbs, or about 10 things in my DHT blocker oil, because there's a lot of things that can help block DHT. Myself said hair day makes my hair cry. Yeah, mine too. But Michelle said try henna, it works so much better. Yes, yes. Nika says, yes, I have the Apple G video up with the no mess hack. Yeah, I remember. That's what I said. If you have it up, it's a really great video. I feel like all the OG naturals are big time protein fans because we be knowing. Don't let the other people tell you differently, okay? So he said, thanks for seeing. Yes. Somebody else said, happy nappy. Happy nappy crew. Y'all love it. I love it. I love it. Hey Z baby. Oh my goodness. She's like, hi there. I'm so glad I can join you live. It's been a long time. How are you? Naturally a derivative of testosterone. Thank you, dihydrotestosterone. That's what I thought. Okay, so my brain was working okay. It's just a little bit off a little bit. But thank you, Nika. But it says all good, all good. Okay. Marissa says I use DHT blockers every wash day and refresh day now. Soybean oil, rosemary oil, and black pepper oil. Perfect, perfect. And like she said, there's so many different ones. And I always, anytime I do a hair loss tea, and sometimes even when I do a hair growth tea, I always include at least one herb that has DHT blocking properties. Just what it is. And for reference, and these are things that, like, when I'm making a line and I'm doing stuff for that, my oat and aloe line, like 3 of the herbs in that line are literally meant to help block DHT. So every wash day, if you're using that line, you're getting some type of DHT blocking properties because it matters, and I know. So, sometimes I do stuff and I don't necessarily say everything, but just know when I'm making products, I'm considering all of the things that are important for us as Black women and Black issues that we're experiencing. So, yes, I got y'all. Okay. Sophia, thanks, Michelle, sweetie. You're welcome. He says, Z baby, did you have the baby? Right? I was gonna say you had a baby, right? He said, baby. I was supposed to say, I really try to be consistent with teas. And today for wash day, I'm using the moringa mask that you use. I'm going to continue to use a lot of your recipes. They work for my hair and I've seen a difference. Perfect, perfect. And honestly, I think that's wonderful. Moringa alone is such a powerful herb, wonderful herb to use. Yeah. Uh, Nika says, "Oh my God, not detailing before a protein treatment is asking for help." Yeah, I actually know. You probably remember there was a girl. I don't remember her name, but Nika, she was on the hair blog or hair forum back, and I remember she had long hair and she did not detangle her hair before protein and basically had to like cut her hair off because she said the knots there were insane. I forget the whole story, but I think she used Afro on like her hair was extremely tangled for whatever reason, and then she just thought she was gonna put Afro on her hair, and I don't know why she thought that that was gonna make it better, but she ended up like having to cut off like all her hair. It was like insane. And I've from that experience, from that was probably like years ago. I've forever been traumatized, and I'm always like, make sure your hair is detangled before you put protein in your hair. Like I don't know, watching other people's experiences over the years has definitely helped me avoid a lot of mistakes, even though I've made probably a lot of them. Hey, Brown, and she says, "Hey, y'all." Yolanda says, yeah, because I was like, this is a cute wash and go until I had to rinse it out. So I was upset. Oh, yeah, you're like me. Wash and goes just do me no favors when it comes to single strand knots. So definitely leave it stretched and twist. All right, Nika and Browning, I see y'all. You says, thanks, Michelle. You're welcome. Shrika says, if you're not good at doing protein treatments at home, it's okay to go to a salad. Yes, it is. Thank you for that. It's okay to go to a salad if you don't know what you're doing. Perfectly fine. Z Baby said, "Oh no, that wasn't me, Nika. My baby turns 10 years old next week." Yeah, who was it? There was somebody else, and I can't remember who was having a baby. Rizzy says, "I don't go to South anymore. I'm in the deep down South. I'm no longer in the DC area, so that's no one I can trust here. I'll figure out protein somehow." Yeah. Well, again, start with this girl, Rizzy. I have a strengthening hair mask. Start with that. Trust me, that strengthening hair mask is amazing. You want to see a review on it, even from another person, check out my community tab, Curls of a CPA. She did a review on my strengthening hair mask. Actually, so did Bubsby. I gave them the option. I told them when they did the review, they could choose whatever their hair needed. And both of them were like, I haven't done protein in a long time. So they both ended up doing that, the strengthening hair mask, and were both like amazed. It's a great protein treatment, but also a great moisturizer at the same time. So you get a mix of both, and you don't have to worry about, oh, is my hair gonna be too hard or too dry? It's balanced. You can just use that, rinse it off, and be good. He said, "Lo, who was I thinking about was pregnant? Girl, I can't remember either. But there was someone on our live who's pregnant. I don't think she's been back either." Oh, Yolanda, was that you? Not Yolanda commented right there. Like, I think that was me because I recently had my babies. It was you, Yolanda. I think so. Frida says, "I love your DHE blocker oil, which is actually what is actually floating in it is a chamomile. I love it, by the way. There's chamomile in it floating, and there's probably the horsetail and maybe rosemary that's floating in it. It's a few things, but on the top probably that you have is probably a little bit of chamomile. So, yeah. Honestly, it's like one of my favorite oils too. I always like the new. I love all the old stuff too, but I feel like I'm like the little kid who gets a new present. And I'm like, this is my new favorite thing. That's me. Any product I make, I'm like, oh, this is my new favorite product. And I make another product. I'm like, oh, this is my new favorite product. But I do love that oil. It is also all the oils in it, like the pumpkin seed, the grape seed, the apricot kernel oil. They're also very light and moisturizing oils that really penetrate, and they leave your hair non-greasy. I love that oil. Love it. Brandon says, someone who was pregnant, though. Who was it? I think it was Yolanda. I think it was. Shinka says, I understand it took me years to find someone I trust, but it was worth it. My sister says, yeah. Riz said, yes, down here it's going to be at least 10 years or so before I find natural hair. Where are you, girl? Where are you? My goodness. Anika says, very late, but hello. Oh, hey, dear. Riz says, I'll look into your hair mask now. Perfect. And Brownon says, definitely has a perfect balance. I think Brownon, she testified, I think that's Brownon's favorite hair mask from me. She loves that one. A lot of people do. A lot of people do. And it's crazy because a lot of people are like, "Can I use it every week?" I'm like, "Not every week, y'all. There's protein in it. Not every week, but because it does. It leaves your hair feeling so, so good. Like, yeah." Rissa says, "Congratulations, Yolanda." Yes, congratulations, dear. Chanel says, your strengthening mask left my hair so soft, and my hair didn't start to dry up until I was styling my last section, my last, yeah, hair section. Yeah. And I think it's a great, like, I feel like it took a lot of people a lot of time to get onto it because I think there was that fear of like protein, but now that one is selling so well, I'm probably gonna have to make it like a bigger ounce size because a lot of people buy it up. It's really, really good, especially if you've never done protein. It's balanced very well. Your curls will be like, ah, love it. um, because that's on me. Everything is my new favorite. Yeah, I swear I'm like a little child. I'm like, oh, I love it. It's shiny. It's new. I want it. um, Outspoken says, "I'm super happy to catch you live, and you said you have more DHT blockers on your channel. Can you send or direct me to them all? And have you done anything with organic yucca root powder?" I don't have anything on that. That is actually in the new herbs that I want to do for 2023 because I actually have it. Love yucca root. Love it. That's going to be some of the new herbs I want to introduce you guys to in 2023. So stay tuned. And I what I'll do is I'll create a playlist after this. Maybe I'll title it like DHT blockers because I have a video on like herbs for hair loss, but I may do a playlist for like DHT blockers so that way you can just find it on my channel and then you can watch all all the videos I've done about DHT blockers. Brown says, "Congrats." Rissy says, "I like the ingredients of the mask. I'll be picking one up soon." Perfect, perfect. Your hair will thank you. Seriously, it will. Z Baby says, "Congrats." Okay. Yep, it definitely is. Yeah. Oh, Z Baby says, "Love your new deep conditioner with the purple label. It is in my hair as we speak. I'm gonna have to go rinse it out in a minute." Okay, perfect. Yeah, the brightening lights, it's so funny. And I feel like because I titled it only for, I don't say only, but a lot of people think it's only for those who have gray hair. It's not only for those who have gray hair. I made the brightening lights deep conditioner because my own aloe deep conditioner has a yellowish tint to it from the herbs and the oats. And those who had light colored hair, like gray hair, were saying that it did tint their hair, um, like a staining, like a brownish color. So I made the brightening lights deep conditioner to be very bright white. So that way there was no staining properties in it. Um, but it is a wonderful deep conditioner. It has the slippery elm, it has marshmallow root. Um, I forget. It has silk amino acids. It's like rose water. It's a really great conditioner. I used it last week, as you guys saw when I used my in my wash day with my hair. I love that deep conditioner. It's funny, my mom was like, "Send me one of those too," because she hasn't tried it yet, because she loves the Onala deep conditioner. But it is a great deep conditioner. It's really great. I know it's marketed as for that purple line, but that was the reason why it doesn't have it's just a brighter white conditioner. It's not, you can only use it if it's one thing or not. You can use it anytime if you want to. It has wonderful properties. Really a lot of slip, a lot of moisture. Everything I make, I'm trying to be really intentional about. It's a little bit lighter than deep conditioner. There were some people who were saying the deep conditioner, the Onala deep conditioner was a bit heavy. This one's a little bit lighter, but really great. Okay. Brown says, "Last wash day, I did a clay mask using the strengthening mask and the Dew Mousse Def and curls galore." Oh, I could imagine because the clay mask is bomb. Curls, strengthening curls, the Dew curls. I need to go check out your Instagram. Z-Babe says, "I don't have gray hair, but it helps the henna tint calm down." Yeah, it's because there's no other tinting or staining properties in it. It's just a bright white conditioner. She said, "Henna was trying to make me blonde." I had to pump the brakes on Henna. I hear you. I hear you. Listen to your hair. Do what you need to. Outspoken says, "I'm definitely here for the long haul because my hair is thriving good. I want waist length hair and I'm low porosity, so that's why your recipes work well on my hair. Perfect. Perfect. Uh, Browner says, yeah, that's a great conditioner too. My mom took that one. Yeah, it's a good conditioner. I really try to be intentional, and also a lot of people who told me they had gray strands said their hair was really, really dry. So I was really trying to think of like herbs at the time that I knew that were really hydrating and use them in that line. Um, yeah. Sugar says, I thank you for explaining the purple label. I did think it was primarily for gray or lighter color hair. Yeah. A lot of people do. And I did market it like that because there's also a lot of older women who were saying that they felt left out and they wanted something for them. And so I did make that. I did label it for them, right? But anyone can definitely use that. And it's really great too. Brown says, reminds me I haven't posted that yet. I've gotten so lazy at posting. Me too. I just feel like I took the week off when I was away on vacation and I have not been able to get it back together. I've not been able to get it back together. I will. I will though. I'll get back to posting on my Instagram. Oh, ZB says, don't sleep on it, y'all. It's awesome. Yay. Leave a review for me, okay? All right, you guys. If there's any other questions, let me know in the comment section or in the chat section. I'll give it a few seconds. I know there is a little bit of a delay, but I'm going to head off and film some stuff upwards, film some stuff, film my Tip Tuesday video. Again, I am going to postpone doing the final, obviously, clay wash because, yeah. And yeah, I'll see you guys on Tuesday. If you have any other questions and I off the chat, just leave it in the comment section. Oversee said this is great. Michelle, you may have to rebrand or relabel it. I might have to. We'll see. Said this is great. Thank you, Rissy. Gemini says, hi, this is my first time on your channel. I have salt and pepper hair. What is your best deep conditioner for gray hair? So the Brightening Lights Deep Conditioner, I highly recommend that. It's really good, moisturizing, really great for your hair. So check it out. I will literally, I'll leave the link to my website and that in the comment section. Mm. Okay. Ziva said, I will leave a review. Thank you, Boo. She says, thank you. Have an amazing day painting. Thanks. So hopefully next time you see on my video, if I don't do it this week, then you know it didn't happen. But hopefully all the door posts will not be beige anymore. They will be white. uh, Hit the like button. Smash the like button. Thank you, Z baby. Thank you, Missy. Outspoken says, so is purple shampoo good for any hair type? Yes, anybody can use a purple shampoo. It is obviously targeted for those who have gray and light color hair because their hair gets a tint. Just like if you have white nails, whatever, and you're using brown herbs on your hair, you'll eventually get like a yellowish tint. So it does help to remove like that yellowish tint from your hair. So yeah, anybody can use it. If you have seen, you haven't probably been on my channel for a while. I use it all the time on my hair. I use it anytime I want to. Obviously I alternate between the purple shampoo and my O&L shampoo bar, but they both work great. Shamika, thank you, boom. Yolanda says, I've been having trouble making gloss treatments. Would you add the herbs to the deep conditioner or add liquids or oils to the herbs first, then add the conditioner? Oh, so add the liquid to your gloss bar first. So make your gloss bar like you normally would with just like an aloe or water first. Okay, so mix that out till you get the consistency you want, and then add like a scoop or two of deep conditioner to it. If it becomes too thick, add just a little bit more water until you get the consistency that you like. But that's the key. You got to do the water first and then the deep conditioner later. Gemini says, "Could you please leave the conditioner name in the comment? Thank you." I tagged it in the right above here. I literally linked directly to it. Gemini. Mammy says, "Is it safe to use raw black soap on your hair every wash day?" Um, I mean, I'm sure you could use it every wash day. I would make sure that you use like some apple cider vinegar afterwards to help remove any like soap scum from your hair. Because I'm pretty sure the black soap doesn't have any like citric acid in it. And I'm saying that because citric acid helps to remove some of the minerals when you're making soap and as a whole. The secret. When you're making soap as a whole, if you add citric acid to it, when you're making it, it actually helps to demineralize. So, like, if there's a lot of minerals in your water and it makes your water very hard, using that in it actually helps to remove that. So, if you're using like soap on your hair exclusively and you don't have citric acid in it, then you want to make sure you use some type of like apple cider vinegar rinses after using the black soap. Okay. Nuessa says, I mix the herbs with liquids before adding the deep conditioner. Yes, yes. Thank you, Z baby. Brightening lights. Yes, thank you, Z baby. Okay, Nika said, "You're so right, Michelle. Citric acid is clutch." Yes, I had to tell one of my other girlfriends who makes soaps, and she was saying like some people are complaining about. I was like, "Come here, let me tell you a secret." But I don't mind sharing tips and tricks that I learned, and if you're a nerd like me, you'll research and do things. You're trying to figure out how to minimize minerals and hard water and build up. So, um, yeah. Okay. I hope I didn't miss anybody. Bye, G Bleaches. Bye, Happy Nappy Crew. Okay. All right. So that's it for this week, you guys. Thank you for joining me, chatting with me. And I will see you guys for Tip Tuesday. Hope you have a great evening. Do something for yourself. 5 minutes self-care, 1 hour self-care if you can, 30 minutes self-care. Yeah. Shrika says used to make a shampoo using black soap and sea moss, and I'm sure it was bomb. Rissy says, "Oh, see you next time." All right, you guys. See y'all.